Hello, vinyl community. This is Rich again with part two of my Paris record extravaganza. And if you saw the first one, thank you. I appreciate you watching. And I reiterate, it was great record shopping. And the store was the record station on the outskirts of Paris. It's a long bus ride from the city center. But if you're a music fan, you'll do this. You will definitely make this trip. It is worth your time. The guy has nothing but heat inside that store, and he's one of the nicest people I've met in that business. So here we go. Starting off with another Stone Cold classic, Blue Monday, OG European pressing of the single. Everything is really perfect condition. Never owned this one. Blue Monday isn't actually one of my favorite singles from New Order. I mean, it's a top 10 song, but this is one that has eluded me for a long time in the States. And really, when you're going after this, do you want the US version or do you want something from the UK or from Europe? I want something from the UK or Europe, so I like it. And next up is the Headhunters, straight from the gate. I'm not really into jazz, but this veers far more into funk than jazz. And this is a OG European promo. It's got a corner cut, but that doesn't bother me. The vinyl itself is damn near perfect and booms. This thing sounds so good on my system. Been looking for it for a while. I would have probably settled for a US if I had found one for a decent price at a local record store. But I think you've heard me once or twice bemoan the lack of diversity in the record stores in southern Pennsylvania. So this one is a very welcome addition to the collection. It's probably going to stay in the constant rotation box next to my turntable for a little while. And coming up now is a few what I would think of as heavy hitters. Stooges, original European pressing in beautiful condition. Cover VG Plus or whatever, but the vinyl is unbelievable. And this is the first thing that caught my eye when I went in the store that gave me an indication that this dude was bringing some heat with his inventory. Like, this is a nice one. And I haven't played it yet. I have a US repress from fucking a few years ago that sounds great. You know, it's a beautiful album. It's wonderful. And it is a classic. But I'm interested to play this and see how it sounds. I'm hoping for the best because it does look great. Following up on the heavy hitters, original UK press, London Calling. The price was great, and again, I couldn't imagine what this would cost in near mint condition in the States. The UK import, it would be cost prohibitive to say the least, and it was fair enough. When I was there, I was like, that'll work. Yeah, London Calling, original press. This one, I might just display this one because I'm so happy to have it.
A few moments later.
I have a couple of others. I have an original US that's in decent condition. That's my regular player, the one I use the most, and I have a kind of a crappy older one as well. But this one's going to take pride of place, without a doubt. And I've talked about this one before because boy, have I got a fucking few of it because it is one of my favorite records. But none of the versions I've had of this, five I think now, none of them were imports. And I kind of a completist that way. I want a little bit of everything if I can find it at the right price. And this one was very much at the right price. And you know, you can't go wrong. Songs in the Key of Life, minty vinyl, and yeah, the gatefold looks pretty great too, except for a little sticker here. But I don't mind any of that business. This is gold. This is really good stuff. And for me, I don't know what impresses you, but More heavy hitters. Black Sabbath, debut album on German Vertigo vinyl. Beautiful condition, priced way less than I thought it would be. I think I might have gotten a bit of a discount on this one for buying in bulk. But you know the record. And this will be the only Vertigo vinyl I have to date because I love the label. I love watching that label spin on the record. So this one's awesome. I had already mentioned that there were a few artists that I bought multiple records from in this trip, and The Cure is one of them. Of course, this is the UK version, the OG pressing. Very happy to have it. Stunningly clean vinyl, absolutely stunning. And yeah, this one, I've got a lot of stuff here that I'm very proud to finally have in my collection. This is one of them. This is one of my favorite records. Continuing with the theme of artists and multiple records, I finally got this one. I had avoided for a long time. It's my least favorite Smiths record, which still, it's a fucking Smiths record, so there's some great songs on it. But when people talk about how depressing the Smiths are, or Morrissey only writes depressing songs, I imagine that reputation was earned on this record because this is fucking bleak most of the time. But there is a lot of great stuff, obviously. Hand in Glove, This Charming Man, What Difference Does It Make? This is a great record, and I always kind of figured if I was going to try to get it, I would look for the original UK import. And here we go. I got lucky. And I got a couple here that are for my youngest son, who's going to be 21 in a couple of weeks. He's a little bit more into this than I am, but I'm going to babysit them until he has all his stuff together after he graduates college. So they'll sit in my collection, and who knows, maybe I'll love them enough that I won't fucking give them to him when the time comes. But these are ones that are acknowledged classics, and I've listened to before, and I mean, it didn't really move me all that much, but I'm going to give them another chance because these are original pressings. It's Brian Eno, Before and After Science. You know, Eno's an acknowledged genius, and you know, I loved his tenure in Roxy Music and the production work he does. So I'm going to really give these a solid go. There's this one and Another Green World, which, from what I understand of Eno fans, they believe these two are excellent albums and original pressings in the UK. I'll take it. And it goes without saying, I'd already mentioned the Smiths, but one of my favorite records of theirs, probably top one or two, Vita's Murder, original UK press. So beautifully clean and sounds so good. Very happy to have it. I've only ever had the original US before this, so it's really gratifying to have the first three records from the UK in great condition. I don't have to seek them out anymore. I don't have to pay ridiculous prices in the States for the import. Very happy to have these. And sadly, even though he had so many great things in his store, what he didn't have was a whole lot of reggae. I guess he's not a fan, or there's just not a real market for it in that part of town. But he did have the Sweet Sotil from the Gladiators with the fucking mystifying cover for Roots Reggae. But it is a great album, and I was glad to see it. And because he doesn't push a lot of reggae there, the price was really right. And it's an OG European pressing. Glad to have it. And this one here might be, I guess, the oldest of all the records there. But as soon as I saw it, I knew I had to have it because I've been looking for a US copy for many years, and the price was just never right. It's a very coveted album by a lot of people, so it goes for a bit of money, especially if you find it in really excellent condition. This is the original European version, and doesn't go for as much over there. And I was glad to see that because it was really clean. The cover itself can pass for a VG plus, I guess, but again, that's not my greatest concern in all this. I want to listen to the records and enjoy them. So this was a nice surprise for a little bit of money. And finally, last but certainly not least, Berlin by the great Lou Reed. This one, again, on the radar for a US copy. And it's not even a very expensive record. It's just that some of these things I just want to find in crates, or I want to find them in a collection. I don't want to just pay $20 and order it from somebody and get a middling copy and have to fucking haggle with them to get it right. This was in the store. It's an OG. It's beautiful. I bought it. European original. And I'm glad to have it. So that is the extent of this trip to Paris and the overwhelmingly great amount of goodness that I found at one record store. So if you get the chance, record station in Paris. I've been to a couple at this point, and it was a little disappointing. I mean, there seem to be a lot of specialization stores. The place that I found the Echo on the Bunnyman record referenced in the first video was mainly disco and Madonna. And I mean the whole store was mainly disco and Madonna. And another one was all jazz, which I'm not that dude, so I didn't mind just turning around and leaving. And but if you look them up, they will show you what they specialize in. I did miss the chance to go to one that said they specialized in funk and hip hop, which it's Paris, so those might be loose terms that might not apply in the same way that they would in the States. But next time I go, I'm gonna hit up Record Station first, and I'm gonna head to that other one to see what they actually got for hip hop. Because if it's European hip hop, I got no time for that, to tell you the truth. I'm mainly concerned with old school hip hop and underground hip hop. So who knows? But thanks for watching, and I appreciate all the kind words from the vinyl community. My health is a little bit better. That's why I've been kind of slacking on these videos. Is my spine's been acting up, and just other small health problems. They kind of compound on each other and drain you of energy and enthusiasm sometimes. But I have continued to watch everybody's videos that I can, and I've got some new people following, and I've noticed, unless they're bots, but I'm going to be optimistic and think that they're human beings, and they don't have a lot of people following them. And not like I've got a lot either. But the point is, if you only have a couple of followers and you like watching these vinyl community videos, start doing your own. It's obvious it doesn't take a whole lot of talent or brains to make these things work. And there are a lot of fun people here, and I've made a lot of really good YouTube friends through this. And you can too. It's why it's the vinyl community. And I really hope that those new followers will create their own videos too, because we all win when people make these videos. So thanks for watching. That's my spiel. Hopefully I'll be back soon. I'm definitely going to make a video on the comic books that I got at the convention in Pittsburgh the other day. But that's like, the comic book community is a fucking way smaller community than the vinyl. But I'll still make it because I like talking shit about the things that I enjoy. So thanks a lot, VC, and I'll see you soon. And I almost forgot that I bought a few extra postcards while I was there just because they were in front of me. And so if there's anybody in the vinyl community that would want a postcard bought in Paris but shipped from Pennsylvania, hit me up and let me know. I got a couple extra laying around here. So it'd be my pleasure.